I remember me sitting together with a friend that came to take me. He understand that I made a mess in India and the Indian mafia wanted to kill me. He paid money on my head in a party one night before, And I already knew that something is fucked. Because 3 days after the bike accident, I'm fully broken. My hand is like this, I have a strip all over me to hold my ribs. And I'm going to a party, I take 10 pills, I'm sniffing ketamine all the night, and I'm dancing like crazy.
Join the journey, stay for a while.
Welcome, boys and girls, to another episode of KohPhanCast. Before we start, I want to thank you so much for being here with me, for watching, for listening, for reacting on all social media. It's warming my heart and it's the energy I need to keep going, and I'm not gonna stop anytime soon. I'm having so much fun. Let's get to the episode. This week, I have my good friend Yoav Aviatar. Yoav Aviatar dealt with drug addiction for 10 years of his life. Drug addiction, trauma, and today he is guiding others through their path to the exit like he did. I want to have a little disclaimer. This episode is involving some triggering subjects like suicidal thoughts, like trauma, like addiction. So get ready. Here we go. Yoav, thank you so much. Enjoy the episode, guys. See ya. Shabang.
Shabang.
Bro. I'm excited about this one,
Me too.
because we've been knowing each other only lately I understood it, but 11 years I know, which is insane. And it's crazy that I didn't even know most of the story that you have, that I don't want to jump straight inside, but it's lovely to have you here.
Thank
And
you.
I love you a lot. And I always start it with a compliment to my guests. So I always remembered you as the brightest smile and the best eyes, bro. I've never had a bad situation with you. Your energy was always exactly what it needed to be. And I remember meeting you at a couple of points in my life, which you always were super helpful and exactly what I needed you to be. So thank you for just existing, man.
Thank you.
I love you a lot, and I'm super excited about this one. Why won't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, where do you want to start?
Take it a little bit closer.
A little bit closer.
Yes.
Okay, so I will start with my name. My name is Yoav Aviatar. I'm from Israel. I know Or 11 years. It's funny. We had just had a talk 1 week ago about me and him know each other for 11 years. We met on the bus on the way to the back room. It's the moment.
I don't even remember this one.
Yeah, but we met on the bus on the way to the back room. This is the first day of the military that, you're 18 years old, afraid from life, and, you meet people in the first time, and then you started a journey with them that you don't know which place is going to lead you. And we spend the first 2 weeks in the same tent, with a group of people. Then we separate, but since then we are friends, and we have our point of meetings, I think. I don't know when and where, but
it was a karmatic connection.
I don't think we ever talked on the phone.
Never.
To schedule sometimes.
Nothing,
and it just happened, it's something that's changing every time. And I love this connection with people.
Yeah.
And I think this is the biggest meaning about connection with people. When you have some good connection with friends around you, you don't need to see them. You don't need to meet them all the time. You don't need to talk with them. But whenever you meet them, you're having a good time and a good talk.
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, so I'm living in Thailand in the last 9 months.
So good to have you here, bro. When I heard you're here, oh my God. My heart was like, yeah, this motherfucker is here with me.
Yes. And I start my way here in a rehab center. That's funny. It's a funny thing to come to Thailand for a rehab center, and decided that you're going to stop doing drugs. And it's not the first time in my life that I'm doing it, but in the first time, I didn't really want to stop doing drugs. It was
so let's take it a step by step.
Okay.
Okay, let's reverse it a little bit. I didn't know you have problem with drugs. You had problem with drugs until the problem was already solved, you know. And I swear that, like, I always felt like in my heart, since I know that you had this thing, that like I know that our connection is a little bit more like, yeah, come and go and sentence here, sentence there, but I could have been like more, you know. I could have been there for you, and like I know you wouldn't take it like that, but I wish I could be a little bit more, you know, when you needed me, because I know you needed more people that loves you and cares about you. Can you please like let me know like your first encounter with drugs? Like, what was the situation, the feeling? No names or anything included, huh?
Yeah, no, you know, if I'm going back in my life, and that's funny, you know, they say that people come to this world as an addict people, you know, and I can see it about myself with everything. And, you know, the first time that I was drinking something, I was 8 years old. I would smoke my first cigarette when I was 10. When I was 11, 30 years old, I was drinking almost to death, and I finished the night in a hospital. That's not something that someone that doesn't have any problem with drugs or alcohol will do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so for many years I had kind of control over it, you know, and whatever I use, I wanted to use more.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what is the feeling. I enjoy the feeling. I enjoy this disconnected of myself and of my higher power, and disconnected from the people around me, and just having fun with myself. And that thing going for years and years, until I think around the age 20, 23, 24, something is changed. I stopped enjoying it. And I start to suffer more and more and more and more. And I didn't know why. And, you know, for many years I go to therapy, and I go and I'm talking about my trauma, and I'm talking about my childhood, and I'm talking about everything that happened in my life. And every time that something happened, I never want to blame the drugs. I'm just blaming my trauma. No, it's just because. Just find any other reason to keep using and to keep doing something to make me feel worse, but I don't want to see it. And then I get to the first rehab of my life. You know, I was 25 years old. 3 weeks before, my ex-girlfriend, she just got out of the house after a party that we've been together, and she told me, maybe in the day we love something like you love your drugs, you will have people inside your life.
That's a heavy one.
That's an heavy one. That's an heavy one, you know, and I said, this is not true, and you don't know what you're talking about, and you know, I tried to do everything I can, and of course she left. She left. Now I can say she was right, you know, and I went to the first rehab, and I've been clean for 11 months. But when you're doing rehab, when you want to stop doing drugs, when you want to stop suffering with not using, because you're an addict, you have it inside of you. You have a small voice. Every one of us have some voices inside of him. You know, is that when you're talking with yourself, my voice, one of my voices is my addict voice that want every time to find a different reason for me to use again. And this voice will never stop talking to me when I was in my first rehab. And you know, I'm going to the rehab, and I said, okay, I'm going to do 1 year clean, get back to myself, get back on my legs, you know, everything will be okay. I will talk about my trauma and everything. I will fix that side of my life, and I will go back to use. And I did, and that was exactly the plan, and I was working with the plan. I was clean for 11 months, and then I took a flight straight away to boom 2022, I think.
Okay.
And then I come back, you know, and I said, okay, I'm not going to go back to use again. You know, I'm going to use in a different way. I have a different way of using.
I'm responsible now.
I can do it. You know, I will just not use the drugs that I like to use them. Okay, let's try. And
what was the drug? Sorry, I interrupt you. What was the drug?
That time before the rehab, it was cocaine and LSD and you know, whatever comes. And then I came back only for alcohol, but alcohol brings all the rest. Because in the moment I have some substance inside my body and I'm not in control on my mind, all the rest will come together. And I will start to fuck my life again. Mm-hmm. This is what happened. And slowly, in 1.5 years, from a situation that I'm clean, I have my work, I have my business, everything is going so good, you know? My life is going in the right direction.
You're on track.
Yeah. I'm coming back to use, and slowly, I lose my money, I lose my house, and it's keep going and going and going until 1 month before I left Israel. I left Israel in the 2nd of September. Left Israel. One week before, I tried to suicide. Because I didn't saw any option. And I bought a ticket to India one day after. Because that was looking like the smartest thing to do. Let's go to India. And which place in India? Let's go to Goa. Maybe there I will have a better life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to do drugs in Goa. Don't worry.
No, not at all.
Don't worry. And I'm getting to Goa, and I was starting with 1 month that I didn't touch anything, you know? It was working for 1 month. And then the war in Israel started.
Yeah.
And when the war in Israel started, it took to me exactly 10 minutes to have a joint inside my mouth, start to take some Clonex to relax, and drinking alcohol, of course, ketamine. And then I had a crazy bike accident. I broke 3 of my ribs, I broke my shoulder, and the doctor gave me painkillers.
Oh, why wouldn't he?
And then I got addicted to the painkillers. And I couldn't get out of my bed without it. And a friend of mine that came to help me, you know, just because I'm in a problem right now. He came to help me because I cannot go out of bed. He came to help me, and then he understand the situation is worst, you know? And I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to go again to a rehab center. I didn't want to believe that my problem is drugs. I didn't want to get it, no matter what happened to me in my life.
It's anything beside the drugs.
Anything beside the drugs. I can do everything in my life. I don't want to take the drugs out of my life.
Yeah.
And why? And I'm asking myself, why? Even today, you know, I'm asking myself, why I don't want it? And I know this voice is he want to kill me.
Yeah.
He doesn't want good for me.
I have it as well.
Yeah. We all have the voice, you know. We have the voice of the ego, you have the voice of the inner child, we have the addictive voice. It's like a lot of voices inside our head.
Yeah.
People will think people who have voices, they are crazy. No, people who doesn't talk about the voices, they just don't listen.
Amen, bro. Like, it's so crazy. I remember myself, that's a vulnerable thing for me, yeah? I remember myself around like 24 years old, and that was my period of like heavy. I liked psychedelics. That was, I was a black hole these years. And I remember myself standing in front of the mirror at my broken apartment. I don't even know how I lived in a place like that. Watching the mirror like 4 hours after I've done like 350 micros of LSD, like, and I was so arrogant, you know, those years, like being, it can do nothing to me, you know, like I'm exploring my consciousness, you know. And I remember looking at the mirror and not recognizing my face, not recognizing my tattoos, not recognizing this whole being, and like the only thought I had in my brain that I want to disappear. I don't want to wake tomorrow morning. I don't want to do anything anymore. And I told myself, listen, if I'm going to sleep right now, I remember crying so hard. If I'm going to sleep right now and I'm waking up tomorrow morning, clear-minded, that's it. And easy to say, I didn't go to sleep the entire night. I was stuck in the worst loop I've ever had. And I've done a lot more. And like something about that experience told me enough, you know, enough to the point that like, okay, the voices in my brain told me like, okay, we're going to let you have one more chance in life. And that was actually the last time I've done LSD, you know, because I understood that no, like the more arrogant and the more like trustworthy you think you are, and like, yeah, I've done it millions of times and I helped other people with that and it can do nothing to me. And then this one time that it strikes you, you know, and you are so close to suicidal thoughts were there, you know, like if I had the right, I don't know what I've done to myself, super vulnerable, yeah, but I can understand the point of view. I don't think I've ever experienced what it's like being actually addicted to drugs. Maybe I were and I just didn't gave it a name. But this is so crazy that so many people think they have control over things that, like, the story you tell yourself is such an illusion that you are like, I am this, I am strong, I can do it. It's not the drugs, it's my trauma. I'm trying to heal something with it, but you just suppress and suppress and suppress and suppress. Do you remember rock bottom? Do you remember the night you told yourself seriously, like, Yoav, enough?
Yeah, I think it wasn't once, you know. My rock bottom just keep coming and coming again, and every time it was worse than the night before. I think the night after I wake up, after I try to suicide, you know, and wake up in a bed in a hospital, and I told myself, I'm going to stop again. And I did it for 1 month, and it didn't help me, you know. And then I had a period of time in India after the bike accident, and that my friend came to me, you know, and the situation that I'm in my bed, I cannot move, I'm taking painkillers like a fucking heroin addict, because this is what my body needs.
Amphetamine?
No, like you know, like Percocet and
those are like extra hard because
they have heroin inside them.
If you stop taking them too fast, you could actually like die or something.
Yeah, you can die from alcohol if you do detox from alcohol. That's the worst, but it's not so nice.
Yeah,
you know, I had a moment in my rehab in the start to let them go out. You know, I couldn't go out of bed, but I remember me sitting together with a friend that came to take me. He understand that I made a mess in India and the Indian mafia wanted to kill me. He paid money on my head in a party one night before, you know? And I already knew that something is fucked. Because 3 days after the bike accident, I'm fully broken. My hand is like this, you know? I have a strip all over me to hold my ribs. And I'm going to a party. I take 10 pills. I'm sniffing fucking ketamine all the night. And I'm dancing like crazy. In the morning, I can't move. But that's all right, you know. I have my pills. I can keep moving. I can keep do whatever I want. And, you know, in the moment that I'm sitting with my friends, I understand that I don't have money. It's paying for everything for myself. My parents doesn't want to talk with me. They don't want to help me. 3 months ago, they kicked me out of their house because they couldn't handle with me anymore, you know. And he doesn't have the power to help me because I don't want to get any help. And I'm kind of alone. I'm with a friend, but I'm alone with myself in India, and there is only one option that's standing in front of me, and it's to go to rehab again, and it's to do it again, but this time to do it real. This time to come and change my life over, you know, and do whatever they tell me to do. Pick up my both hand and say, okay, I surrender. I cannot live my life anymore, you know. I'm powerless against everything that happened in my life. I don't really have life. I'm kind of dead walking. I'm dead walking between the living. Mm-hmm. And this is the feeling that you have in your body. And every moment you just want to die. You don't understand why you even live. You don't understand why God is keeping you alive on this planet.
Yeah. What's the purpose?
Why I'm here? I'm here for suffering all my life. And then I'm starting my rehab time, you know, and the first months was terrible. I couldn't do anything. My body was collapsing. Without a painkiller to my bed, I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't sleep well because my PTSD started to get worse because now I'm not taking anything to suppress all my feeling. So everything is just shutting me up more and more and more and more, and I don't know what to do with myself. All my hands are shaking. My body is shaking. My legs are shaking. I'm super weak and I'm angry all the time.
Angry about what?
I'm angry about all the people around me. I'm angry about me having trauma. I'm angry about everyone. The only person that I'm not angry about him is myself.
Yeah.
Because I did not do anything. Yeah. You know, it's all the people around me. My parents doesn't want to help me. This one left me alone. This one stopped to talk with me. Where is all my friends? Why no one want to help me? Of course no one want to help me. You didn't want to get any help.
Yeah, you didn't want to help yourself.
You didn't want to get any help. You didn't want to help yourself. You know, and it took for me around 1 month to really start my recovery program. After 1 month, I broke all my room from an anger attack, you know? But that was releasing something. It was like releasing all the anger that I kept inside my body. And the day after, I woke up and something changed. And I decided I'm really going to start this change, you know? Not saying that I'm going to start it, not thinking that I'm starting it. I'm really going to do the work that's coming.
Yeah.
You know, and this is everything around the 12 steps, everything about recovery, about being clean, about living good life. It's not good life, it's life beyond your wildest dreams, you know?
Being able to actually be there for yourself.
Yeah, it's about really doing the hard work. It's really be open to start believing God. It's really be open to surrender and give up control. You know, we have a problem with control. We love to be in control, or we love to think we are in control.
Yeah, the illusion.
I think it's more an illusion, you know, because people were using drugs in the amount that I was used, you know, we are not in control.
No.
It's just a thing we are on control, but it's nothing. Nothing is in control. Everything is in a mess around us, but we don't want to see it. So we keep lying to ourselves and we keep lying to the people around us. And most of the addicts are the biggest liars ever. They're afraid to say it, but they are liars.
Yeah.
They are liars. They're using people. They're using friends to get what they need. They don't care about the other side. They want to care about the other side. They don't know how.
You're blocked.
Yeah, they don't know how. You block your feelings. You block yourself. You block the world to come inside you. You block the higher power. You know, we can call it God. We can call it the universe. We blocked him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a way to reach us. And when you really do recovery and you start to change your life over, you know, and you find your higher power and you stop lying to people and you start to talk about your trauma and you start to talk real fucking shit. You don't think about something, you feel.
Yeah.
You start to talk feelings.
Yeah.
And feelings, it's something that no one can say different. You know, this is my feeling. This is something that happened inside of me right now, and I can feel and I can tell you what I feel. You know? And then you start to see reality slowly. Because nothing is blocking your reality. You see what happened around you exactly like it is. But now you're ready to see reality like it is.
How can someone, that's a question I have for you, how can someone tell before he needs to go to the rehabs and like, what's the symptoms that you saw on yourself on the way to be consumed by addiction? You know, how can someone spot on himself, like, maybe I'm taking it a little bit too far?
No, it's okay. If you started to isolate yourself and do drugs alone, that's the first thing that can happen. But, you know, it's something that it's really reachable. Because some of the people don't see the idea between isolate yourself and being with yourself. So isolating, you know, it's the moment that you sit alone in your house and you don't want to call anyone, you don't want anyone to come to you, and you don't want to speak to anyone. And you have a call and someone call you and you don't answer, not because you're tired or you just need some time to yourself to write something. You don't answer him because you don't have the energy inside you. So isolation, if you lie to people around you, and you lie and you keep in secrets and you hide yourself, that's the biggest one, you know, because addicts doesn't want people around them to understand that something is wrong with them.
Yeah.
They want all the people around them to see the mask they're wearing. So if you're far away from reality, you know, and someone that is using and someone that ran away from reality, he knows, you know, he knows. When he's not with all the people around him, when he's sitting alone in his house, he knows that the story he's telling outside, it's not the real story that's going inside. You know, that's the moment you're sitting alone in your house. And I don't know, I think these two things, they are the biggest, because those are the two things that it's really easy for a person that a little bit have an idea who he is, can see.
Yeah.
You know, when you're going into recovery more and more and more, there are more things you can see, but it's like something more deeper. So if you're asking, it's isolating and lie to people and hiding from people. If you use people, if you feel you use people and you're never there for your friends, if you feel that friends cannot talk with you or cannot say anything to you, if you feel you cannot take any responsibility on the things you are doing in life, and you always blame other people, there is a problem. And if you are using, the problem is there.
And this is the problem. And I hope someone will see this and actually face himself and look at the mirror and be, okay, I understand. Let's do something about it. And the solution, the 12 steps.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about the 12 steps?
Yeah, I want to say, you know, there are few options to go to recovery, you know. First, it's a free fellowship that doesn't cost any money. And I think it's really important to say it, you know, because a lot of people think they need to go to a rehab place, pay a lot of fucking money, because that's really expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
To get clean, you know? But NA program or CA or AA or whatever you want, Doesn't matter. It's for free and it's all around the world, and there is a website and you can go to a meeting. The only thing that we want from the people who come in there, it's the desire to stop using.
Yeah.
You can use at the meeting. It's okay. If you come in, it's your first day, you have an hard time, you can use at the meeting. We will still love you. You're still part of us. You have a place and you have people around you. And I think that's the first thing, you know, like having this place of being with people like you, with people that you can finally feel, you can open your mouth and say whatever you want, and you will hear all the people inside this room, and everyone are talking the same. Everyone are talking the same language.
You belong.
Yeah. And you have your place. And the fear will go on slowly, you know, and a lot of people go in one time, never come back, go in again, never come back. You know, that's part of the program. That's part what it is. It's about putting the seed on the start.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in our world, we say we are carrying the message. We are not carrying the mess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to carry on my back someone that doesn't want to stop or do something.
For sure.
But I will give the message to all the people, and it's exactly what I'm doing here right
you
now.
put the
know?
seed, and the person that wants... The person that will really want change will know how to put water on the seed you gave him.
And he will come and ask help, you know?
Yeah.
He will come and ask help. So first it's NA rooms, and I think that's the best solution as a start to everyone, because not everyone has the money to pay for rehab, you know? I paid for the rehab in Thailand close to $25,000.
Yeah.
That's
an amount.
For 4 months, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
You know? It's a lot of money, and I'm not accepting of everyone to have this money. But if you need help, you have the rooms that you can go.
Yeah.
No matter what. And if we're talking about the 12 steps, you know, 12 steps, for me, it's the best way to understand and start to know yourself and connecting to God and connecting to yourself and be open with yourself and see the bad side in you and the good side in you and hug both of the sides, to go to say sorry to the people you did to them something, take responsibility on your own bullshit, you know, and just grow up in the program. I'm doing something really special right now, you know. We're building a new program for trauma.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a TA, you know. It's 12 steps on trauma. It's not even talk about drugs.
Cool.
It's talking about trauma. It's talking how the trauma control your life. How do you feel with your trauma?
Mm-hmm.
What defects did the trauma bring you? You know, and we keep it growing up with that thing, and it's going with the steps.
That sounds like a plan that every human being needs to go through.
I think so, you know, because as a start, it's a spiritual plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about finding your God as you understand him.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about religion. It's doing the separation that a lot of people have problem between religion and God.
Mm-hmm.
They are not connected.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
religion is something that us human decided to create by writing the books and bring the rules into our life, you know? And that is religion. And you follow something to create a box around you.
Mm-hmm.
But God or the universe, it's some power over there that the only thing is doing, you know, is the understanding that I am not the higher power of myself. Because when I am the higher power of myself, and I'm not connected, and I'm far away from myself, and I'm doing mistakes one time again and again and again, and I'm the one who want to guide myself where I'm going to finish in a rehab center.
Exactly.
This is in my case, you know, with trauma, it doesn't have to be rehab center, but you will go to psychiatrists and start to take lots of pills, and nothing will help you, and you will start losing control because you don't have this
the
power.
higher power and the understanding that there is something bigger than you, the understanding that like you can turn to an not imaginary but like a force that is bigger than you, that you can put all that you've done on it and take force from it.
Yeah, it's not putting on it.
Yeah.
It's not putting on it.
Okay.
It's using him and he using you, of course. It's a relationship with the power that help you to get to a point. You take everything out of yourself, but not running away from those things, you know? Because step one, it's about being powerless against my addiction, being powerless against my trauma. Step 2 and step 3 tell you to find a power greater than yourself and your higher power. Okay? A power greater than me, it's friends, it's the community around me, it's the fellowship, it's people that I can trust them to lead me to a better place in life. Yeah? Step 3, you decided to give your life over to the care of God, as you understood him. Step 4, you're doing an inventory. You're taking responsibility and you write all the stories that you have in your life, all the things that bring you anger, all your secrets, everything, and you put on a piece of paper. Not one. Some of us, it's a book.
Yeah.
Some of us, it's a book.
Sounds like a book.
In step 5, you read it to your sponsor. Sponsor, it's the guy that will take you to this journey of the 12 steps, and you will do it together with him. So you take all this story that you put on a paper, and now you need to open your mouth and tell it to someone. It's not a secret anymore. You're not alone with it anymore, and your higher power hear all those things also. So it's like being three people in one room, 2 and God, and telling everything up. Yeah? Step 6 is to find our defects. You know, our character defects, who we are, what leads us in life. You know, I'm doing a lot of things because my trauma childhood, I was feeling unloved. You know, so I'm doing a lot of things to feel loved again. Bad things, because I want to make people see me, because I need it, you know. I'm a liar when I'm using people, because this is what makes me feel good. This is what I need right now. You know, I don't care about people. I give my ego to control me. So you have all those defects, and I can keep going with the bad list of my side, you know.
Yeah.
And then I'm asking in step 7 from God to remove those defects, you know, and leave me with my good assets. And who am I? As a good person. And when you're taking responsibility on all your bullshit, you can finally see who you are. And I'm a good person. I'm a good friend. I know how to be there for people when they need me, you know. And I'm really strong from inside. I really love people and I love myself. I know how to give today unconditional love. Mm-hmm. What is unconditional love? It's something that all my life I said, this is not real. The only thing that can give me unconditional love is my dog.
That's the realest thing ever.
But that's the realest thing ever. Because unconditional love doesn't look on what the other side is giving you.
Yeah.
It's about you giving unconditional love to the people around you without asking anything back.
Yeah.
The meaning of an A is about service. You don't have money in an A. Everything is free. You give 20 baht here in Thailand when you go to a meeting, 10
donation
baht.
based.
You give donation, you know, and the sponsor, I'm not paying him. Going to groups, I'm not paying him, you know. I'm paying with my knowledge to give it to the people around me. I'm just sharing, and they are sharing. Mm-hmm. And I help people on the way. When I meet them, you know, someone need help, I help him to come to recovery. I just help to someone to come from Israel to here, you know. And those people are always there. But now I'm open to listen and I have the tools to give them. Yeah. And this is the meaning of service, you know. And then you have step 8 and step 9. Step 8 and step 9, they are kind of the worst steps. Everyone really afraid of them. But if you really believe in your higher power, you don't have a reason to. Step 8, make a list of all the people. You need to say sorry to them. Or you need to bring the money back, or you need to pay everything you fucking did in your life. That's the moment. And step 9, you need to do it. You need to go and say sorry. You need to really go.
You have some apologies to do.
I have some apologies. You know, what I believe, and there is a reason why those steps are going in this way. And it's taking time to get to these steps. Yeah. It's because you start to build the new self. You know, our program in Halina, the place that I've been, saying go back to yourself. So it's probably the first time that I'm seeing myself. I'm seeing Yoav like I never see him in my life, you know. I'm seeing myself in a real way. And you know, I'm sharing myself with people around me. I'm sharing myself with my family, with friends. I'm going back to Israel. And the story already started to happen, not by me saying it, by me doing what am I doing.
Yes.
By me doing what am I doing. I don't need to say sorry before I get to step 9. I need to live the program and live my good life and you know, prove to myself that I'm doing good. In the moment I do good and my karma will be good and I will give good to the world, the people around me that know me for a long time, they will start to see the change and they will come closer back.
Yes.
You know, but step 9, it's a big step, go to say sorry. It's a big one, you know. Some of the people are not alive, you know, and you cannot really say sorry to them. Yeah. Some of the people, addiction bring them, they need to owe money to a lot of people or concerned with mafia and those kind of stuff, and they are in real fucking problems in their life. And it's not so easy to finish this step. But that's the last step to really free your soul, you know? Because after you say sorry to everyone and you take responsibility on everything and you're really open with everything you did in your life, you can start live a different life. Step 10 asks from you to do step 4 and step 9 on a daily basis. So you have a book and you write every day before you go to sleep, you answer on a few questions and you kind of look in on your day and look what did you do, where have you been, if you had any defects that come around your day, if you did something wrong, and you know, if you need to say sorry, you need to do it at that time. And why is that? Because we don't want to grow any new resentment inside ourselves.
Yeah.
But when we write it, when we're sitting in our house after we had a fight, let's say, we can have a moment of quiet and then go and really find the solution and take responsibility on and looking on our side in any fight. So step 10 asks from us to do it every day, again and again and again in the evening, to really keep ourselves clean, you know? A lot of people, when they go into sleep in bed at night, they have a lot of noise inside because all the day things happened and then they hear everything. Some of us taking sleeping pills, some of us go to cannabis to smoke, and some of us go on a piece of paper and read all the voices they have here on a piece of paper, and then they get in quiet because you send it outside. That's it. It's already outside.
I know you exist. I acknowledge you. Go away.
Yeah, and then tomorrow I'm going to solve it, you know?
Yeah.
Some of the things at the same moment, okay, changing.
Yeah.
And it's not that every day we have something. It's an important step, you know? It's an important thing to do every day for every one of the people. And then step 11 asks for you to get closer every day with meditation and talking with your God, you know? Meditation, it's one of the biggest tools in the world, you know? It's about breathing and sitting for 15 minutes every morning or 3 days a week, 15, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 10 seconds. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But for a second to bring yourself back into the moment. Bring yourself back into the moment. Stop those voices.
Yeah.
Stop this voice for a second.
Just be here.
Just be here in the center.
Yeah.
And when you do it meditation, you can connect to God. And when you do meditation, you can find this center easily. And then every day when something happened around you, you know where you need to be. And you just, come back here. Yeah? Step 12, just keep sending the message to people outside. Exactly what we are doing here.
Yeah.
If I finish the steps, no, I didn't finish the steps yet. I did until step 6, and then I changed my sponsor. Now I'm step 4 again. And this step 4 is going to look totally different from the step 4 that I did
Absolutely.
5 months ago. Because now I'm more open, and I can see more things inside myself, and I can talk about more stories that this time it was a bit too painful to talk about them.
Yeah.
And really step 4, it's a step to clean everything and send everything outside. Because when you don't have secrets and you don't have nothing to hide, your smile on your face is just getting bigger.
Yeah. The truth will set you free.
Because you just live an authentic life. You're the authentic self without anything hiding behind. And it's not that I'm going to talk with everyone about my secrets, about my things, you know. It's my thing. But if I will sit to a talk with someone, I don't have a problem to tell him everything about my life.
Yeah.
If that's the thing that's going to help him. Because now it's not a secret anymore.
Yeah.
It's another story. You know? Just another story.
That's beautiful, bro. Like seeing the way you control is an illusion, but if you make this illusion your partner and not your boss, it can get you so far away, you know, like seeing you becoming from this guy like a junkie basically,
A junkie.
to a person that actually on day-to-day basis help people to get out of the places of these dark pits that you used to live in is incredible. And when you ask yourself what happened, like why God made you stay here in this in this life, in this cycle, it's like you see the results of it now. You see the fact that you were put here straight away only to be helping others, to give, you know. You cannot, a tree cannot go to heaven if the roots doesn't go to hell. You had to do the full circle to actually be able to look at someone else and look them in the white in their eyes and tell them, I know you more than you know yourself. I know your parts that you are going to be and going to feel better than you know yourself, because currently you don't know yourself. You created a version of yourself that you think you know, that makes you feel good with yourself, but you are in a dark hole. And what it's like talking, like going with someone that didn't start the steps, is not in a responsible way about himself, and actually explain to him, listen bro, you're not good right now. How is the reaction? What is going on in their head?
It's changing between people. It's changing every time. It's like some of the people more open for it and some of them are not. But most of the time, and for me on my way, the moments that I was open to listen, that was the moments of small rock bottoms. I was sitting in a place crying and asking for help. This is the moment to help people. And now when I'm meeting people in this moment, I tell them, please don't wait. Please don't wait. Because you can wake up tomorrow with something good, and that's the moment you will take back 10 steps and you will keep going in your way, and we're going to meet again in 3 months or in 1 month, and you will be at the same situation, if not worse.
Yeah.
So it's not about how you're going to say it, because how it doesn't make the difference. It's about when you're going to say it. And it's the right time to catch a person in the moment that is crying for help. And it's said that this is the situation, but this is how it's work,
Yeah.
Until we get to a bad situation in life, most of the people, they are not really open to listen. They think they are open to listen, but they are not really open to listen. And about what you say first, you talked about this idea of why am I still here? I said before, I have PTSD from the army. I was in the last war in Gaza in 2014. And since then I have PTSD, I lost my option to sleep. I lost my option to be a normal person between people. And for all my life, I was feeling alone. I was feeling that I'm the only one that know what I'm feeling inside, and no one understand me. And what am I doing today? Today I'm working with people with PTSD. I'm talking with them. I'm helping them. I'm giving them the tools that I was looking in the last 10 years. And those tools I got here, and I got for the last 10 years that I was working on myself and in my life. And I think this is why I'm here. This is one of the reasons I'm here. I did big group in Halina of 16 girls, soldiers that been in the start of this war and lost a lot of friends, and I was with them for 10 days. And I'm gonna get another group in 1 month of 19 soldiers that fighting in Gaza right now. But they're gonna come, and I'm gonna have this moment of bringing them the right tools. And this guy that I'm gonna do with him, the 12 steps about trauma, this is a guy from Israel, that need help. And I'm gonna talk with him. And I had a discussion with him for 1.5 hours. He was in Israel, I was here. Discussion in the phone. And he started to tell me a lot of things about his life. And every time he told me, it's the first time that I'm talking with someone and he's understanding me.
Yeah, because you've been through it.
Because I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there, and I'm not afraid to talk about it, and I'm not afraid to show the people that there is something on the other side. And there is something on the other side. There is good life on the other side. Because trauma doesn't here to take us down. It's here to bring us up.
To elevate you, to get you to the next step.
But you need to understand what you're going to do with this. You need to understand, because it's not about fighting it.
No.
It's about hugging it.
It's about accepting it.
It's about accepting. It's about understanding. It's about knowing what is an hard feeling and how do I going to sit with an hard feeling. Anxiety that comes in and kicks in. What happened? 2 things. Or you fight with the anxiety and you start to, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it, and it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Or you try to fight, to run away from anxiety, and then you're doing drugs, you go to sit with friends. But what will happen if someone will teach you how to sit with anxiety, just breathe, and let this anxiety go? And it's not only with anxiety. Anxiety is the big thing. With fear, with anger, it's
frustration.
It's all feelings.
Yeah.
So what is a feeling? Hard feeling and good feelings. There are no hard and good feelings or hard and easy feelings. You can cry when you are happy.
The relationship you have with them is what is changing, not the feeling itself.
Yeah, and you can cry when you are happy.
Yeah.
Is that make you be in fear from something when you cry? No, that's the happiest moment in your life. But if you cry because you fear of something, you start to get fearless more and more and more and more, and you're going backwards and backwards and backwards, and you're going to the stories that happened in your life 15 years ago. Because you try to find why right now I'm feeling what I'm feeling. There is no reason.
It's so crazy. Like, some people need to hear this. Like, you talked about hugging it and accepting it instead of pushing it and fighting it. Like, your emotions and your feelings are a part of you. If you're going to fight it, you're basically fighting yourself. If you are fighting yourself, you will never find peace. In order, and I'm looking straight into your eyes and you know I'm talking to you, you need to understand that what you're doing right now is not working. You need to be able to look at yourself, understand where the things you feel come from, and accept them. Because until you work with acceptance, nothing will work.
Yeah, and I want to say something. You know, a lot of people will look at me right now and will not agree with the things that I said.
They don't have
You know? And they will think it's an illusion, what am I saying right now. But if you really do the hard work of knowing yourself, it's not an illusion, it's the real thing. And that's how life's supposed to look like. You know, because if we're going 50 years back, people didn't know what is PTSD. People didn't know what is lying. People was real and true with other people. Everything was much more easier. You know, and with the life and with the things that come in with it, and with everything that happened around us and technology and everything, people are becoming far and far away with the time from themselves. Go to the computer, go to run away to there, go to run away.
Just to not think for 1 second.
For 1 second. And thinking, you know, our mind is really tricky.
Yeah.
So this is why we talk about feeling.
Yeah.
Because feelings are not tricky. Feelings are there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you need to go through a journey to understand why is this feeling coming right now and where does it coming from. And that's part of the journey of growing up. But in the moment you understand it, feelings will never lie to you. They are real and they are there. The mind can trick us all the time. Mind, it's a tricky thing. And balance the mind and the heart, you know, it's something that a lot of people say, and it's really hard and it's a mission of a lifetime. But in the moment you know your feelings and know who you are and you are with relationship with your feelings, the mind know when you know how to work with most of them.
Yeah.
You just know. You just know because you know what is true right now. You're not hiding from anything. So this thing is a tricky one and is a liar and is working with the ego one hand a lot of time.
He will do whatever he can to make you
run away from this.
Yeah.
But in the moment you work with this, with the feelings inside of you, and feeling it's something that you feel all your body. I'm not talking about feeling. I'm feeling fear. How fear make you feel? Your hands start to shake. You feel it in your chest. It's feeling. It's something that your body tells you. This is what you feel.
Yeah.
You cannot feel from here. You feel from here. And that alone will do the right circulation inside of you. But you need to go to a journey to get in that, you know? And my journey wasn't easy. We're talking about 10 years of journey since I got out of the army till today, the day we are sitting now. You know? It's 10 years of a crazy journey with me doesn't know how to control my feelings, me doesn't know how to control my mind, me fighting against the world and thinking that I know better for myself what is the best thing for me, me doing a lot of drugs until the moment I'm almost dying or trying to suicide because I don't see a reason to live anymore.
Yeah.
But when you're ready to do the journey and you're ready to walk this way, no matter how hard it's going to be, in the end, you can find the best version of yourself and just being ready and to open and help to other people around you, you know, and that's all the meaning about it. It's all about love. It's all about being good to people and being kind and not try to look every time on the other side and ask yourself that this side is trying to fuck me over. You know, there are the things that I'm doing it, you know, when I'm doing business, I'm checking all my options around.
Of course.
But I don't think the other side is want to fuck me, you know? It just brings me not the best deal I want.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the way that we are looking at people. And because our brain he can make us think that everyone wants to fuck us. The world is bad. The world is this. The world is that. The world is that. Yeah, the world is not the best place. It's the best place ever to live. There are wars all around. People doesn't have good life. Yeah. But you can decide where you put your life. You know, I can live in Israel when there is war right now, and when everything is expensive, and I can decide to live here in Thailand. And you know, and put myself in a better place for myself, that I don't need to spend all the money that I'm spending, far away from war and noise that I know that make me feel not so nice. You know, I've been in Israel twice in this since this war started, you know, and I am irritated in Israel, and I can feel the difference.
Yeah, of course.
You know, but I'm asking myself, and I'm asking the people around us, why do you keep staying in a place that you know that doesn't make you feel good?
Yeah.
What is holding us? You know?
Our perception that's the only place we have.
Yeah, but that's not true. The world is open. There are flights any place you want to get. You can just take a flight.
I do agree with you. Like, it's for some people, I think it's like an abusive relationship. You know, like a syndrome that you're starting to identify with the person that like kidnapped you. I don't remember the name of this syndrome, but also like there's so many good people living there because they want to change and they want to give what we deserve over there, because we have potential. The people of this country are beautiful. The head is sick, and when the head is sick, the entire body is sick.
Yeah, I know. But then I'm sitting and I'm asking myself where I can do better.
Yeah.
And where I can help more.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I'm gonna have the period of time that I'm gonna go back to Israel. I have an open case in Israel. Yeah, and I will probably have to do some community service.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all right, you know. This is part of the mistakes that I did in my life as an addict, you know. And maybe in that time I will help people from Israel. But what am I doing here now? It's helping to people from Israel, from here.
Yeah.
We find a way to bring them here. We have a huge place to help those people.
Yeah, talk a little bit about Halina.
Yeah, so Halina, it's a rehab center together with trauma here in KohPhanCast. So Halina, it's Holy NA. So it's NA in the holistic way. So we are not talking only about the 12 steps. We are talking about the right combination between all kinds of therapy that you can think about them and put one person in all of them together. Because you can go to a primer therapy, to a psychologist, you know, and talk with him and do just this.
Yeah.
And that will give you something. And you can go to a somatic therapy and work on your body, on your nervous system, and that will give you something.
Yeah.
And you will go to a therapy water and work about how to breathe and how to use this instrument of breathing, you know, and you can go to yoga and meditation and go to the gym and have open groups of 16, 20 people talking about recovery, talking about life, talking about trauma. You find God. And when you have the combination of all of those things together, you can find the whole piece, you know?
You can find yourself.
You know, people saying, okay, I'm doing water therapy, it's crazy, I don't need anything anymore in my life. No. When you're doing everything, every one and one of the therapy you have in this world, breath work, you know, meditation, all of them together, you can reach to every part in your body and every part in your soul and fixing everything together. And this is exactly what Halina is doing. This is exactly the program in Halina. And what I will be staying now, it's all the things that I've been doing in Halina for 4 months in a row. You know, and today what Halina is doing, the owner is Israeli and is bringing a group of soldiers from Israel to here for a 10 days journey to little bit go inside of what happened to them. And it's not that they're going out of here free, you know, but it's to open the door and start to talk about the things they are
Again, the
feeling.
seed you talk about.
Yeah.
You plant the seed.
But we are not talking with them about the 12 step. This is not our concern over there. We're not talking about addicts. We are talking about the way to start to live with your trauma. And this is exactly what I talked before, sitting with feelings.
Yeah.
How to feel, how to talk about your trauma, how to get to a place you hugging something that is the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Hugging a wall.
Yeah.
We're talking about hugging a wall.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
How do you hug a wall?
You get in peace to what you did.
Yeah.
And you get to an understanding that you cannot change those things. And whenever you feel alone, or you can do, a lot of time after my trauma, I was feeling that I can do different. I was feeling blame all the time.
Yeah.
I was feeling shame
Yeah.
about the thing that I done.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any choice.
It wasn't your choice to make.
It wasn't my choice to make.
Yeah.
I decided I'm going to be in the army. I decided I'm going to do those things,
Yeah.
And in the war, you do what you do
Yeah.
to survive,
Mm-hmm.
to save the people, to
Yeah.
save your friends, to save your family. But then you go out from there, and this war is staying inside of you. Your
Mhm.
nervous system is angry, everything. You close, every noise you hear, you jumping. Somatic therapy can help you change the situation with you because you work on your nervous system. How to breathe. No one know how to breathe around the world. You know
Yeah.
that? No one know how to breathe. But in the moment you know how to breathe. Now, what happened to most of us? We're breathing here.
Yeah. Okay.
2, 3, 2 in, 3 out,
Yeah.
2 in, 3 out. That's super fast.
Mhm.
And we don't even realize that. When we are breathing here. And then something happened. Those triggers. Straight away you close.
Yeah.
Straight away you go to there.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone will teach you for a long time how to use this instrument and breathe slowly for all around the day and do some breathing exercise. And then something happened. You hear this voice, you hear this bomb, this ambulance, something. So you have a lot of space until you get here, until you get to the place that you don't have hair anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you go in here. Okay. And you can keep breathing. And then you stop meeting this anxiety all the time. And you
Yeah.
stop to meeting this idea of hard feelings.
Mm-hmm. It's like at some point, people don't really think about how they're treating themselves. It's like they're going straight to the habit that they're used to do. So if your habit is a trigger, and the moment you're getting triggered is to breathe really fast, and so what you need to do is not go back to the habit, is to understand how to change this habit.
Yeah, it's changing your life over. It's understanding how your body is working. And when you understand how your body is working, you can understand how you can treat your body and what the right tools that you can use to go out of those situations. And after you understand how to go out from this situation, you understand how to not get in them.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Because you already have the tools,
Mhm.
And today, it was some fireworks the other day, I think, in
Yeah.
here on the island.
Mhm.
And I'm a person that most of the time I hear fireworks, the first thing I'm doing is to closing. I'm start to get angry.
Yeah.
I'm looking where it's coming from. It's send me straight away to the wall.
Yeah.
Nothing was happened. I was hearing these fireworks. I didn't understand what happened. I was looking at the sky, saw fireworks. And in my life before, I could see the fireworks in front of my eyes, know that nothing bad can happen to me, but I'm still there.
Yeah.
I'm still going.
Because that's a trigger. That's a habit.
Yeah. What is a trigger? It's something we decide for ourselves that this trigger us.
Yeah.
Everything trigger me. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to say because you let it, because I don't want to victim
No, it's
blame.
It's not about letting
Yeah.
it. It's about no one teach us how to do what am I doing with myself right now.
Mm-hmm.
No one. Not at school, not our parents, not people around us. No one teach us what our feelings are,
Yeah.
how to deal with feelings, how to breathe. No one teach us the most important thing in life when we are kids. They forget the most important thing in life, and that's how to live a better life,
Yeah.
how to understand your body.
How to love yourself.
How to love yourself. I'm not talking about love yourself.
Yeah.
Be a friend of yourself.
Yeah.
Be a friend of yourself, because you can be a good friend of people around you. You will forgive them about anything they do into you. You will love them no matter what. You will give them whatever they need without judging them. You can get angry at them, but then you forgive. But with yourself, you don't know how to do it.
Yeah, you deny and you just push everything into your subconscious and you deal with nothing.
So let's go to the moment. Before I'm sending people to go to love themselves, let's look how you're a friend of other people and be a friend of yourself.
So many things and so many people are going to try to step on your way and just do anything for you not to succeed. Please don't be one of those people for yourself. With so many external sources are going to try to stop you. Try not to be one of them.
Yeah. I do believe in a rehab center. Yeah. I do believe that's the best way. For me, going inside the place for long period of time with nothing around me except people who want to treat themselves, for me, that's the best option. I really believe in it. It's giving you all the time in the world to do whatever you need to do to have a better life.
Yeah.
For me, I believe in it. And some of the people can do it outside. But for me, this is exactly what you're gonna do in a rehab center. You're gonna give yourself into the program, and you're gonna have a better life if you decided to do whatever you need to do to get out, to get rid of these triggers, and to go back to yourself. Like I said in the start, go back to yourself, because you don't know who is yourself.
Yeah.
Yourself that you build is building on a traumatic kid, 5 years old, that took some situation with his parents and decided that this is how we look on his life from now on,
Yeah.
You have these two glasses of a kid. And it's not that my parents didn't love me. My parents love me. You know why I was thinking that my parents didn't love me and they don't see me?
Please.
Because one time when I was 5 years old, I was standing outside of the garden. My mom every day was coming, put me on the garden, go over there.
Yeah.
And then she come with the car. She stopped. She come to hug me. One time she didn't stop and hugging me. And I was running away and I was going with my brother on the bus, And from this one time, all my life, I was thinking that people doesn't see me, people doesn't love me, and I need to make people see me in any way that I want. You understand how fucked up it is? Now, I'm sure that everyone, if he will look on his life back, he will understand who is this little boy that he have inside of him, who is the trauma voice that he have inside of him, and slowly start to get bigger and bigger.
That's so real, like you can carry an anger or frustration from someone taking a candy from you when you were 2 years old, and you don't know where this anger is coming from, and you stick it with names. It happens because my first ex-girlfriend cheated on me, or because this friend is this, and you can't simplify it enough to go back to, like, your childhood was so important. And when you know how to dissect it, and when you know how to look at things as they are, you can suddenly see that, wow, this small thing that I went through changed the way I look at life, like, until now, 30 years after.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And we talked about the past, we talked about the present. Let's talk a little bit about the future.
Yeah.
Where are you going with this?
Where I'm going with this? So today I'm doing a group in the morning of Just for Today at Halina every morning. It's half an hour group. Just for Today, it's the book of Narcotic Anonymous. I'm sitting there, we're reading the chapter, and then everyone is talking about how does it feel, and he's giving you a mission for the day. Just for today, I will give something to my best friend. Just for today, I will believe that my higher power will help me. Just
one day at a time.
One day at a time. Yeah, so if you ask me about the future, I don't know what the future is. I know that if I will do, I'm going to NA groups and CA and AA, whatever make me feel good, to go to share things about myself and I have my open space of sharing. I'm doing some constructions on the island because I need to earn some money. Not everything can come for free in life, and I really enjoying it. Yeah, it's part of me. It's part of my life.
Yeah.
And I am working with soldiers, and now in a few months, and I will keep doing that. But if you ask me what is the future going to bring me, I don't know. And I'm not planning anything.
Yeah. And you don't even need to know, because when someone is so invested in the present, the holy present that you got finally after 10 years of fighting, you create the future. You don't look at the future.
Yeah.
You're not ready for the future. You don't even think about the future. You're here creating it one day at a time.
And I will say something that those who doesn't believe in God will be angry. He already decided.
Mm-hmm.
Just about time for me to walk on the way, and
Yeah.
He will bring something else from the side, you know. And it's not even my decision. I can decide to go back to self-will and make things happen.
Yeah.
They will get fucked. Nothing will be organized. Everything around me will not be succeed. But everything that I will do together with His help and listen to Him and listen to the signs that will come from people around me and from Him will make me to get a good place, you know. And I can see that working in my life. Whenever I'm going to self-will, something is wrong in the middle of the way. Whenever I'm working with Him and I'm impatient wait for the things to come to me, and I'm not doing anything in a rush to get something that I want to get right now, because there is the thing that I want to get and there is the thing that I really need. And what do I need in life? Sometimes I don't have the right answer to give, but He knows what do I need.
Yeah.
And if I will wait for this needness to come, you know, it will fill me up. But if I will go to do something that I want and I don't need,
Yeah.
I want it. Just because you want it, you want to take it.
Yeah.
What is the way for you? You're going to take it. And you're going to do a lot of bad things on the way to get something that you don't really need, because
Yeah.
He's not going to be there to help me, you know?
On your journey to want.
Yeah.
He's gonna be there on the journey to need.
Exactly.
Yeah. Bro, I love you so much, bro.
Love
I
you
knew
too.
that's gonna be exactly like that. And I'm not in the position, but I'm proud of you. And you're doing great, and I can feel your energy shining brighter than any time I've ever, 11 years is not quick. Thank you so much for this. I know that so many people are gonna watch you, and you're gonna get some messages about, bro, I need this and that. Like, you're a light of sun at a cold place, man. You're an example for people to how to treat yourself and how to be there for others. Thank you so much for doing this, bro.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Join the journey, stay for a while.